I declared Ben Simmons a broken player. And I want to fix or just not fix it, amend it or make sure you understand, everybody out there, what I mean by that. Because I also mentioned a couple of times that he was afraid to take a shot. And that is, I think, one of the worst indictments you can make on a professional athlete, someone who's drafted first overall, someone who makes as much as he makes, and somebody who means as much as he means to his team, to call somebody afraid to take a shot. I think that's what I mean by he's a broken player, that somebody with that history and that level of talent doesn't shoot, doesn't have the confidence to shoot, and it is a mental thing, and we always talk about the mental aspect of the game and how important that is, and how important, mental health is. And I'm not saying that he's mentally unhealthy, but on the court, I think he is. And so he's a broken player in Philadelphia. I don't think his career is over, although you might have declared that yesterday, Chris, in a fit of
I got
peak,
a little carried away.
in a fit of Boston hating Philadelphia.
I got a little carried away.
Did you review the tape as well? Or?
Yeah, maybe
well,
I
that's
should.
part of our. It's part of our
back
show
a little bit.
open today. Our crack corner of the Rich Eisen Show operation that handles that shows Chris's rant from yesterday, saying that his career is over. It's far from over. You even heard Brian Windhorst come on the show yesterday and say that if he's made available, lots of teams will do that. As you know, every coach thinks they can fix somebody. Every coach thinks they can fix somebody. But I think Simmons is a broken player in Philadelphia. I think that's what if the Sixers run it back with him, if they decide to, let's just put you in a gym. Doc said that he's got a plan for Simmons and won't reveal what it is. That's between him and Ben, what he's going to say. And Brian Windhorst yesterday on this program, when asked what his trade value is, interestingly enough, went in a direction that I didn't see coming. He mentioned the Olympics, that he would play for the Australian national team, which has an excellent team, a very guard-laden team, so he wouldn't play guard. He wouldn't have the pressures in the Olympics on the floor in international play against NBA-level competition, more often than not, or at least on occasion, that he would be able to show off a different skill set than the one that the Sixers were requiring of him in the construct of their championship run and championship plan. And that he would be able to use the Olympics as a showcase opportunity to show everyone, hey, I'm shaking it off. I have the ability to do this, and I'll show you some other skills. Maybe similar to the ones that he showed when Embiid was hurt.
Right.
Well, after going off the air yesterday, Windhorst must have looked into it after coming on this program. And his reporting says he's going to turn down the chance playing in the Olympics, called a doubtful. Said he was doubtful for the play for Australia in the Tokyo Olympics and will spend the offseason working on skill development.
Yeah, Doc came out yesterday and said they're coming up with a plan.
I know. Said he got a plan, but they're,
Where's the plan been the last few offseasons?
Here's the problem. You could plan all you want, and he could turn down the Olympics and the live action and intensity that he cannot replicate in a gym. You just can't replicate that intense pressure of teammates looking for the ball or you needing to shoot because your teammates are covered because you're uncovered because you now have a reputation of not wanting to shoot. Heaven forbid you're fouled in the process. And we could talk about the gym and all of that stuff. But when rubber meets road, when ball's tipped off and fans stroll into the arena in Philadelphia, that's the crucible. 1, 2, 3, 4 games of a stretch where he's not performing well right off the bat. It's the same way, the reason why I wanted the Jets to get rid of Sam Darnold. Because you in the new Jet regime now own Darnold's development. And what has happened over the last 3 years, you could coach it away saying, we're hitting a reset button. You're mentally clear. Hit that reset button. But when the first pass sails in MetLife and the fans are not spelling Jets, they're spelling something else that we can't mention. You now as a coaching staff own it. Next year's team will have this issue. That's going to be the issue. Can he come out and perform very well? Of course he can. Can he perform very well and then all of a sudden, January, February, it happens again? Even if he has a successful regular season, first playoff game next April. You're going to re-own it. You're going to re-own it. And the playoffs, as you know, show the warts and all that might be covered up in the regular season. That's why I think he's a broken player in Philadelphia. And the Sixers should use every opportunity to find a new taker for Ben Simmons. And the number of times I did ask in yesterday's show, who's going to take him? I think someone will take him. I don't know if you're going to take the whole salary, what you're going to get back in exchange. I mean, that's a hefty ask. That's a big lift for the team that's going to acquire him.
Timberwolves, Bulls are being teams that are thrown
There you go.
out today.
Send him elsewhere.
Yeah.
Give him an opportunity to start fresh because what just happened is an indelible mark, I feel. And he's got so much upside and such a big, chunk of his career to come. I just don't think it's going to work there in Philadelphia because of what's happened, because of the track record that's laid down. Can you play beyond it? Sure. I don't know of many people who have had a start to a career like this in a town like Philadelphia, stuck around and then succeeded. I don't know. I don't have a working knowledge of Philadelphia sports like that.
I can't think of anyone.
Okay, there you go.
Not in that town.
Because you're going to, honestly, he could come out and just great first half of the season. Hey, makes the all-star team. He's feeling good. Now here's the first game against so-and-so in April. Game 5, Game 6, Game 7. Goes to the line, misses it. Here we go again. That's tough. Send him elsewhere. New fan base, new start. That's what I meant. I think he's a broken player. I should have finished my sentence in Philadelphia. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.